twice, but I really feel like he sometimes rushes things too much.
That's why he's better Tusk.
It felt like they were in a winning position, and he was like, oh guys, I'm gonna toss this Enigma here into 4 heroes or some stuff like that. I felt like he didn't really provide that much, so maybe swap his hero or pep talk a little bit with him. I don't know.
Pep talk. Well, Pepto, let's do it. Let's jump into this draft. We've got bans. Game 3 starts now. And it's actually happened. The Broodmother is legit first ban material alongside the Mars and the Centaur taken out by Hokori. I'm inclined to agree with you, though. Both of you, actually. The assessment of LME show, he's a better Tusk player. Give him the Tusk, dude.
Tiny, what? Okay.
Save.
I guess SG disagrees.
SG doing Hokori the biggest favor possible, stopping them from the temptation of first picking Tiny and now forcing them the pigeonhole into a real hero.
Already looks really good for Hokori, honestly.
Like, Trey, can I get an amen that if you've got first pick, like if you're choosing between Nyx and Tiny, like I'm going Nyx almost every time.
Shout it from the back.
when I say almost, I mean like let's say 97% of the time. You know, if your mid player is really like, guys, Tiny, something. I mean, Nyx is just objectively a more well-rounded opener, counters more heroes. Maybe he doesn't flex as much, but I got no criticisms here.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, I mean he's a really strong hero. The Tiny, it's pretty much about the flex. I think like these drafters, they value that a lot, and that's why it keeps happening. It really feels like they try to leverage the flex as much as possible.
All right,
baby,
I think Vitaly needed this after last game. He had a rough game. He needs a more traditional offlane hero to stabilize and just like get a little woo-saw. I feel like Darkseer is the kind of guy that does some yoga, bit of meditation,
5 seconds remaining.
just chills. That's what I'm feeling right now for Vitaly after that game.
Darkseer. I mean, it is a really strong lane, but it does have the problem of being, we're talking about flex right now. It is totally non-flex. Those two heroes.
That's okay.
Going to be
though.
bottom. So now they're
listen.
forced to ban Edge. I think they're going to be forced to ban Oracle. This is costly.
Bowie, you got to go a layer up here, okay? Now, sometimes too much flex is not the play. You got to be flexible in your ability to be flexible.
Remaining.
Sometimes you just want the best guy for the job, all right? You don't need somebody wearing 2 hats, 3 hats. You just want best in class for the vertical you're looking at. All right, that's Darkseer, that's Nyx.
Sometimes you just want to get the Corolla, It's
dude. My favorite metric is they look at the car that's like the cost of the raw materials versus the price, highest ratio there of just like which car is the least overpriced for how much stuff you get. So if you have to scrap it, you get your value back. I forget what the name of that one is, but that's one of the better car metrics.
So I'm assuming you're not an Apple user, right?
Yeah. I wonder where my minivan ranks on that list.
I can't remember what car it was. Probably a Ford, American made. But what's the most popular car in Brazil? Most popular brand?
I would say it's probably our Go.
10
I'm
seconds
not sure if you guys ever heard of it.
A Go?
Yeah, it is a Volkswagen.
Okay, so I just Googled
I think
it.
it's just named because of the soccer goal. They tried to make
in
this,
2020.
The goal.
You're not going to like this, Bowie.
Yes.
In 2020, your leading was General Motors with 19%. Best-selling car brand in Brazil. Number 2 is Volkswagen at 17.7%. So,
okay. But
GM and Volkswagen.
You said model, right? Not necessarily the brand that sells. Because Go could sell more models and still overall have less sales than GM,
yes.
Right?
That is.
5 seconds.
There's a chance. I don't know if the math is there, but sure.
I'm actually gonna Google this as the bans. Oh, they did ban Oracle. See, this was expensive, dude. They also banned Anti-Mage. There's a lot of heroes that are free here. I think this is a little risky from Hokori.
Yeah, it's literally just 3 bans to protect Vitaly. He's mentally damaged after last game.
Yeah,
he's just like, damaged goods coming to this
die
one.
11 times anymore.
This is Gardic just trying to soothe him over, like, hey man, it's okay. I'm gonna get you a good lane. Look at this. How could your lane go poorly now? Now they're just gonna pick Jug. and he's just gonna be kind of feeling doo-doo still.
Radiant team pick.
Okay.
Or
Ursa
Slarky.
ban.
But Jug seems really, really good right now. I mean, you see the offlane. Why don't you just pick Jug?
It's the classic against Darkseer. Yeah, I think that is to Bowie's credit. That's a great. It's expensive. That's a great
10
counter pick that's still
seconds
left in.
Mhm.
Can't ban them all because you got to do Darkseer.
Now, here's the
Sorry,
problem.
Oracle.
If you Jug, they can Sven. And then they'll have Sven, Darkseer versus Death Prophet and your Jug and Tusk. That would be very strong.
Yes.
Now, Big Brain SG just takes the Sven instead.
I mean, I know you guys might not like what I'm gonna say, but can't they just Slark again? I know there's a Nyx, but
No, definitely. I think Slark and Jug is very
5
interchangeable.
seconds
I think Jug
remaining.
is slightly more reliable. But, you
I
know,
think
you got a player. You got a
Lifestealer's
player.
in contention as well. If for
yeah,
whatever reason,
Lifestealer's
those
good.
two are not your forte.
Last
But I-
Tusk.
I think he's a peg below the other two.
Radiant team.
I want to see like an Earth Spirit. Oh, Undying. Okay, never mind. It's a 4 Nyx. 5 Undy.
Dire team pick.
Okay.
Okay. No hesitation here, Jug.
There's the
All right.
Yuggy. Super safe. Enabled by the Grimstroke. Protected by the Tusk. So now, is it
gotta
the
say
Sven?
this. Surge, Iron Shell, Undying with Volt is a scary sight. That is.
Yeah.
You don't usually think about this
10
combo, but it's
seconds
really
remaining.
scary.
All right. Now, Gardic, slow it down, buddy. All right. Slow it down. We're not playing
5
speed
seconds
chess here. This is game
remaining.
2. You got 2 minutes.
Sven.
Put it in the parking lot.
Just pick it. Don't think. Don't listen to him, Gardic.
Now,
Just
Wait,
pick
wait, wait,
it.
what about the Void, boys? What about
what about
pick Sven.
Spectre?
You have Darkseer.
Dire
Pick
team
Sven.
ban.
Ah,
Ooh.
Oh, we forgot about this guy.
This is
Oh,
good,
boy.
though.
no.
This is really good. This is really good.
Radiant
Sven's just
team
better.
ban.
No, but you can mid bristle.
They could
Right?
still spend. You're right. They could mid bristle.
Yeah, but
It's flex.
I
It's
mean-
flex, Trent. Come on. They're making up for their lack of yoga earlier.
I don't know if I like Bristle Sven together, though, because then my farm, you know, my distribution.
I thought you liked bristle. I'm like riding your coattails on the bristle.
Yeah,
Now
but
you don't
I
like
like
it?
Sven better in this
Seconds
specific
remaining.
situation.
But still, bristle's like really good versus everything they have, right? He's
Nah, I
really
I mean, is
tanky.
he? He runs in
DP
the middle
is
of
good.
fights. He gets
DP's
grabbed up by
good.
the soulbind on one other hero. Single target burst damage from the Tusk. The ghost
Dude,
from
he's
the
gonna
Death
be
Prophet.
Dire
Buffed
team
all
ban.
hell with this Dark Seer. It's Bristleback. He's gonna be playing from ahead.
Yep. I like the bristle, and I think even if they ban this Ven, there's still heroes that are gonna do the same thing with the Darkseer. Like you just want a melee hero.
Like
Sven
everything
is
Bowie
really
said
good, but
about the
Radiant
Undying
team
and
ban.
Dark Seer being scary, just double it for Bristleback Dark Seer. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You
Yeah,
surge him
Bristle-
up, you iron shell him up. He's just
Bristle's good. I just don't want them to now pick Sven, too.
that was a blender, by the way. That was
Ah.
Bristle just grinding it up.
oh man, this Jugger
10
pick's gonna cost
seconds
so
remaining.
much because Slark is the best hero versus bristle, but
5 seconds
they
remaining.
went for the
Yeah.
early Jug pick, and now they cannot go Slark unless 40R plays it, which I don't think is gonna happen. So.
Yeah, but they can
when you
pick
look at the
something else.
counters here, Storm is up. They didn't ban Storm. Why does Storm counter Bristle?
Dire team pick.
Wow,
I'm
okay,
sure.
so they do think it's Bristle mid.
Radiant team
Wow, snap pick. Oh, no.
What?
Why?
I was not expecting this.
Oh, no. I hate this so much.
What?
Oh, how betrayed do you guys feel right now? I feel
dude,
so
I
Why don't
feel
you pick a
betrayed.
melee hero?
I feel
See?
disgusting.
Look,
I
all
tried-
they had to do was
I-
pick Sven, and they win this game. And
I
instead, they got a
broke
Bristle
my-
Luna.
seconds remaining.
I broke my back defending this Dark Seer Nyx opener for them to throw this draft in the garbage like this. I feel completely betrayed, Trent. I feel like this is like Act 3 of a Shakespeare play. I'm bleeding over here.
All right, so now that they have sufficiently tossed the draft, in our opinion, after SG had a little bit of issues with the Jug, let's just stomp this one out. What's the finisher?
I mean, I think Invoker would be really good, but they have a Nyx, so like
What's
having
that?
a Dispel would be nice.
They can do the mid DP
Doom.
and get a good
Just
Solar
Doom.
Crest offlane.
Just Doom and get the Ags, dude. You've got the Grimstroke. He's got the break.
You may now
Just Alacrity.
Okay.
Alacrity's good.
Okay.
I like it. Just another buff.
Alacrity is good. You're right. So it's
Yeah.
off lane DPR. This is fine. This is a good angle also. This is good damage. ADR Invoker, pretty classic.
Yeah,
I think
they also needed a Vessel hero, so the Invoker is going to provide that. It's a little scary versus the Nyx, but it's 4DR, right?
Dude, I can't go for Luna. I don't care what the other 4 heroes are at this point. She has betrayed me 4 times straight.
I think
hate
as
being
a panel, as casters, we all agree to not go with Luna. So
Yeah.
Are we all together here?
I hate being such a hater, and I also feel bad cursing SG for all of us so convincingly being in their favor. I'm putting channel points on this. That's how much I don't
All right, I'm
believe
going-
in Luna.
Yeah, I have 50k channel points. I'm going with you guys.
Oh, now
All
we're
right,
talking.
all in on SG. Three-way
All right, so
ride
here's
or
my
die.
logic. This, for the same reasons I didn't like the Bristle and the Sven, I don't like the Luna. I think that there's not enough farm on their side of the map to do stuff with the heroes that are on the side of SG. They can move. Quaspex Invoker can run at you with a Tusk, and DP's taking your towers, and Jug's going to be joining early. And I don't see how they get the space for this. I think that it'll have to be a mistake on the part of SG to let Hokori get into this game. Now, mind you, that mistake can be amplified by the Nyx Assassin and the Darkseer, because Carapace is one of the best turnaround spells in the entire game, and the counter initiation of the Vacuum and the reflection of the Juggernaut. So we'll have to watch for that. But in my opinion, easy game.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
know.
the Bristleback, like right when they picked Bristleback, they had like a 82% chance of winning the draft. And then they pick Luna, and they're at 21.
Grimstroke just has such great options against the Darkseer, and Luna already has. I mean, she moves fast, but when the fights break out, she has trouble getting around. Right? She's sort of Medusa-esque, a little bit stationary, and Grimstroke just capitalizes on that. The Tusk save, you can counter an entire Eclipse. I mean, it just seems like they've all. I don't like Luna in a vacuum. Plus, they've got okay tools against the Luna also.
If
Coast
the
to
panel
BLA.
curse is real, Luna will win, because we have.
Okay.
I've never cursed a
Yes.
hero as hard as we're cursing a hero right now.
Exactly.
Same. But the Costa BLA Juggernaut, this is the time to shine, buddy. Come on, Costa BLA. I believe in you. Bias Caster #1 reporting in. Gary, do you want to join me on the hashtag Bias Caster chain here? Looks like we've got a pause anyway, so we've got plenty of time to discuss. Here we go,
by the
baby.
way-
The train's leaving the station.
Okay.
I don't know. The last performance from Lumiere on this Luna was a very up and down situation. They did win out in the end, and you know, Sun Tzu said, "Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak." This draft makes them appear weak in the mind of the panel and maybe for the casters. But Hokori here with Bristleback could create space for the Luna. What are your thoughts, Steven?
Yeah, can the strength of Bristleback offset how bad Luna is as a hero? That is the real question, right? I mean, yesterday I did say I'm literally never backing Luna ever again,
But
and I want to stay true to myself.
oh,
You know, but somewhere in the back of my brain, I'm thinking this hero, it still has like that 10% chance, you know, to win the game. This might be it. Like that's
This
what I'm
might just be
thinking.
it.
You know, I'm trying to figure out like how can they make it work with the Darkseer? You know, maybe get the vacuum into the Lucent Beam with the shard, and then you get the glaives bouncing between the heroes. Maybe, who knows? Like it's possible. It's always going to be possible. And on the side of SG, they got that Invoker, Alacrity on the Juggernaut, plus the Inkswell. That's damn scary. And you know this Jug's going to have a good against Darkseer and Nyx. These heroes cannot pressure Juggernaut. So, and Jug is also a very good hero against the Luna. Like, historically has always been a hero that people wanted to counter Luna with it. So, picking the Luna into the Jug also didn't make much sense to me.
yeah, built-in magic immunity against the Eclipse and stuff like that, and the ability just to Omni Slasher in the middle of a fight, pretty good. And the fact that SG has one of our favorite lanes, Tusk plus ranged hero. We've seen the Lesh Tusk, the DP Tusk. They put so much pressure on that safe lane that it really could be a massive struggle for Lumiere up in that top lane. As it looks like KJ's even going to be joining them early on. Spotted under a dire observer ward for now, though. Maneuvering themselves into that top jungle.
See, oh,
Where's Juggernaut going? Coastable's also going to go
Dio
and
put
try
a very
and
deep
steal a
ward.
rune.
30 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
to
so he
go.
did.
and they saw that word come out because Luna just ran up there and put the word in first, right?
Yeah. I mean, Undying right now signaling X marks the spot on the minimap. There's a ward over there somewhere. Juggernaut going to walk into the Darkseer. Yeah, you're not going to sneak a bounty rune under their noses. Hokori
Yeah.
thinking about the stun, just going to let him walk back. Theo, in
It's-
between tier 1 tier 2, he's also being scouted.
Tavo. Oh, their horses? Nah, okay. He got the rune.
2 for 2. All of that moving around and dancing, and we just get the 2 for 2 anyway.
Yep. That's how it ends. I mean, both teams are trying to outmaneuver each other to see if they can get 3 runes somewhere. But everybody making the correct place. So Gardic gonna
Gardic,
TP
what do
top
you-
now.
Yeah. Gets his ward down,
I mean,
TP's top.
it's not the best lane for Hokori, to be honest. Tavo, though, just ran past the Undying. It's going to take a lot of damage here.
Radiant's courier.
That's going to be a bit annoying for Tavo.
And Analog killed the courier mid lane as well, so a nice bit of bonus gold there for Hokori as Adriana just lets him have it. Don't often see that
Yeah.
from a melee hero just walking up and killing a courier like that. But yeah,
Oh,
bottom
there's
lane,
the first
there's
blood.
the first blood. KJ, I mean, Juggernaut incredibly low. They were trying to bring Costabile down. But that stroke of fate from KJ, slicing the Darkseer.
Yeah, and KJ buying boots of speed level 1 on the 5 so that he cannot be ran at by the Nyx Assassin and the Darkseer and the Ion Shells. So very interesting build from there. But with that first blood, it's going to be able to bring out so much more regen.
Yeah, you see his little stash there. Magic Stick, Sentry, Clarity, Tango is probably save up for another salve if he wants to as well.
Yeah, just needs his courier to go back. Bring his
He's
items.
able just to
And
play so far forward. Look at that. Straight damage
Tally
onto Vitali.
again. Inkswell.
Trying another kill
Oh
with the
my
Inkswell and
God.
spin. Oh,
Goodbye,
SG, what
Vitali's game.
What a cracker of a lane this is.
He has
Grimstroke
no
and
TP.
Juggernaut. Misses the stun. El Misho doesn't even get the trade. And yeah, Darkseer's got that long walk of shame back into lane.
This is El Misho. This is El Misho being the position 3 now. Darkseer has like no potential at this point. You can see what Juggernaut does against Darkseer, and then on top of that, you also play against a Quaswex Invoker who can constantly just remove your Ion Shells.
Yeah, and that Invoker's been doing pretty well in the mid lane. He's already put out a couple of EMPs, burning through a lot of that early mana of the Bristleback.
Radiant's
Pretty
middle
even in the
tower
CS as they'll both grab the water runes. And up at top, tag team already spent by Theo to try and keep Tavo safely farming in that creep wave. And Lumia, he's doing all right. Both offlaners having a pretty rough time last hit wise, but I guess Tavo, having not died, gonna feel a little better and maybe a kill here. On to Gardic with the Spirit Siphon and the tag team. This pairing straight onto the Undying. I mean, he's soul ripped, he's decayed.
fire.
Theo probably gonna trade.
Trade?
Always speedy though with the brown boots. Lumia with another loosened
One more
beam.
loosened
Is
beam?
that
Nah,
enough?
it's not enough.
He doesn't go for it.
It wouldn't be enough. Yeah, it wouldn't be enough either. He already healed up quite a bit thanks to the Tango. Now
Yeah.
he stops up. Gonna go get the bounty rune. And Analog, he might be in a little bit of danger with Dio moving around to mid lane.
Yeah, there's not much mana to burn with the
got a
EMP,
shard.
but they've got shards. Trap him inside. Theo, very thankfully, takes the kill for himself. Pos4 going to roam back up towards top. And every lane looking like a victory here for SG. We did see that in game 1, though.
We did indeed.
Dire
Vitali,
scanning.
like he's struggling to find this experience and farm bottom. He's got 6 assets right now, constantly being bullied. Every time he walks up, he's afraid that there's going to be an Ion Shell, a 12 plus Blade Fury on him. Does have the surge up
And you have
though,
a-
that, yeah.
Yeah, you've got a Juggernaut spamming chat wheel lines at you as well.
Dire's turret has been
That's not a good feeling. Undying drops the tombstone top. Theo tapped by the Lucent Beam, and there's the Soul Rip.
Yeah. Dio has
they're
already
getting-
lost a lot of resources there because he got to kill top and middle, right? And then he went back top.
Yeah. And El Misho, Iron Shell Nyx Assassin running down KJ, but like you mentioned, the boots allow him just to slip through the trees. Not going to get caught out by that. Alright, it's nice to see though, both teams really getting into the groove of the tips, the chat wheel spams. You know, this is game 3. Important series for both sides. Really, desperate for a win just to try and get towards the middle of the table, or else they are looking at relegation potentially. Gardic's going to get caught up. DP with another Spirit Siphon, and already here for Tavo, so charge is going to be built up.
Yeah, Tavo's having, like wave 1, it looked really bad because Undying just beat him up. He lost half his health. He'd have to tangle back up, and he couldn't go into a lane. Lumiere is farming well in this right now, but Tavo, he's getting the experience that he needs. He's actually ahead in experience. Once he gets that Exo, I think Lumiere is just gonna have to leave this lane as a Luna and go into the jungle. He's also building into that Mask of Madness. Does look like he's gonna play for farm.
Yeah, just play for that later portion of the game as KJ finally dropping El Misho level 4 on him in the Darks here. It's been a long time coming.
He needed that so bad. Just get rid of this grip stroke. He knows he has like 30 seconds or whatever.
Oh, this rotation top though is perfect, isn't it? Tornado EMP, cold snap onto Lumiere with that urn charge going. Soul Rip though, healing the Luna back up and safely behind the tower, tucks away. Tombstone drops to Tavo, but Theo killed off by Gardic, and he's sticking around with another decay. He wants to battle this DP. El Misho's going to come in. Level 2 stun, wants to line it up. Adriano is off to the right, but they focus onto the DP, who is the easier target, and they've salved Lumiere as well. So double for Gardic. Or they're going to go diving? No, come on. Leave that Invoker alone for a little bit, boys.
Yeah, they messed up the shard play there. He threw out the shard, but I think it also came at the same time as the tornado, and it didn't. So it didn't do damage. Plus, it didn't block the Luna. They had to get that Luna kill there.
We'll get the next assassin though on the way back. Yeah. So Adriano's sticking around that top lane with the double urn here from SG. Invoker and Death Prophet both picking up an urn.
Okay, hold on. I was thinking earlier when you said DP had urn, something didn't seem right. And then I know why, because ADR has an urn. And he needs his urn for his cold snap.
Yeah.
He probably also wants to buy a vessel too in this game. It's like a core item on Invoker. It's like, Tavo, please sell your urn. And that's not going to feel good for Tavo. He's not having the best lane, right? He's doing okay. It's going to feel a bit bad. And I do think El Misho with that TP top, he's done his job, right? He gave the salve, he gave the clarity to the Luna. They got the kill onto the DP because of it.
But Bristleback surrounded by 3. They get in front of him, trying to get that tag team damage going, and it looks like it is enough. The Soul Rip, the Decay, the turnaround with the Quill Sprays, the heal with the bottle analog. Oh my god! Bristleback! Level 4 Quill Spray. He's going to go for the triple, is he? Go on, have a go at KJ. Dive him under the tower. A little Decay tap there. The Quill Spray might have gone a step too far forward now as the Juggernaut is chasing him, but a great stun from El Misho. Stops that potential Omni Slash.
I love how you just gave all the credit to the Bristleback. Nothing to Undying. Coming in with that level 3 Soul Rip, is it? Hey, Jerry?
Oh, God, what a godly player. Right,
I mean, the calculations were on point. Like, you can see the Bristleback. You know he's gonna die. You're gonna get away with 100 HP on each of your heroes. But then here comes a big, nasty heal. Boom! It's just good enough. The tornado, he thought he could kill it. But then he got the raindrop as well, mitigating the damage. Oh,
the
man.
stick, the raindrops, the bottle charges, the Soul Rip, everything. Now Gardic is trapped inside this neutral creep camp. And he's going to pop his stick and try to deny himself, but it looks like with a Spirit Siphon, yeah, Adriano finally takes him out. Yep. And look at that. Tavo's actually swapping his urn into backpack, so the charges go to the Invoker.
he just wants the stats. Like, please, let me just keep the urn.
Don't make me sell it.
I just want the stats. All right,
going back to the Falcon Blade.
As long as he does that for every single kill, we're gonna be cool.
Yeah, he's got to. But Lumiere now, what, forced away from top lane. Tier 1 already dropping at 8 minutes in, thanks to Exorcism and that hardcore push from SG. Theo, what's this Tusk up to? Oh, he's going to go ward the triangle.
He just finished the stack too. They were going to miss the opportunity with Theo to scout out the Bristleback doing the stacks. It's done already.
Yeah, it's a good ward, just a little bit too late, unfortunately.
You know what, Gary? This Bristleback Undying might just do it. I think with how much Analog has been able to accumulate, even though he did die early on, and then the Soul Rips on top of this Bristleback on a 6-second cooldown, it might be enough to take this mid game. And that, I think, would buy enough time for Luna to be able to get big enough.
That's kind of what we saw, is it? Well, El Misho under the threat of 3 Radiant Heroes. The Soul Rip heal can't really turn and fight. Theo is under the Tombstone though, and Costa Bill with an Omni Slash. They drop the wall in onto them. The Snowball
That's not doing much.
Delays the death of the Tusk. Omni Slash did very little. Yeah, you're right. So he's got to spin and try and run away. But Analog giving chase.
Iron
surged
Shell.
up. He's got an Iron Shell on him. Soulbine's going to only land onto the Bristleback, and he's diving past this tier 1. He's going to kill off KJ in a sec. There's the vacuum back in, and Costa Bill drops as well. Tavo, he wants Analog real bad right now. 9 HP, finally dies. The healing wall's going to keep Tavo and Adriano in fighting shape. Oh, but losing your jug for that. Well, Luna
Could have been
continues
much
free
worse
farming.
without. Yeah, could have been much worse without that level 2 healing ward, just keeping everybody else alive. I think Undying with the Iron Shell and the Flesh Golem could have gone in.
Oh, but now
Darkseid's
this
gonna
kill.
be dead here though.
On to Vitaly, yeah. He has gone for that same build we saw before. I mean, wait, was this the team? Was Hokori the team that did the Darkseid Bristleback as well? The Aghanim Scepter build up on like 3 of their heroes?
Can't
Who
remember.
it was.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be the Bristleback Aghanim straight up, though. He's going for that nice little Eternal Shroud after the Vanguard.
Yeah, he needs that. He's gonna need it for the EMP especially, right? Because the Shroud will give you back mana when you have it activated, and against EMP, it's very important. Dying.
Gardic trying to guard his tier 1 mid. Exorcism from Tavo with a catapult wave. Bristleback and a tombstone. Very forward tombstone there. Solrip's going to heal it up. Bristleback just
Very
starts
good.
pummeling the Invoker. They drop the sentry and they reveal him up. Adriano's down. Man, it's Bristleback with these Warpath stacks. He's got 125 bonus damage. The Tusk going to snowball in towards him, but now he's in danger. The wall placed to try and find him. Tavo Shaw clears through El Misho. Oh yes, Charlotte's blocking them out as well, so they can't keep going up that staircase. Juggernaut slices the tombstone, and with the remaining few seconds of Exorcism here,
Under attack.
get a bit of damage onto the tower, but they can't stick around and commit for it.
Analog can defend this super easily. Like, he's healthy, he's got Vanguard, Exo's on cooldown. The reason why he dropped the tombstone there is because Invoker has already used this Tornado EMP. Invoker's only a hero every 30 seconds, right, Gary? Like, you play Invoker, you know how
Yeah.
weak it is when you're playing the Quas Wex, and they take full advantage of that to just run at him with the Bristleback, knowing he can't really stop this from happening.
Well, Theo wanted to scout the Luna. Pops a Mask of Madness. That's a great impale, though. That next assassin sets up for the vacuum back. Inkswell onto 3 thanks to the Tusk. No, he dies before he gets it off. Tornado is going to send them back as that Omni Slash bounces in towards Vitaly. Destroys the El Misho Nyx assassin, while Analog has to turn and run. A 1-for-1 trade. I do keep this Luna farming, though.
Yeah, and she got the Vessel up there too. And I think the big problem there is Invoker's out of Vessel charges. You know
Oh.
why? What happened? Wait, did they not get Vessel charges for killing the Nyx there?
I don't know. I guess not.
Don't tell
the
me
DP
Tavo just sold his Vessel after stealing the
he sold it.
charges.
Radiant's top tower.
He sold his urn, yeah. Wait a minute, where is it?
Yeah, he sold it. He sold it. I think he might have had the urn. He stole the Invoker's Vessel charges, and he's like, okay, I gotta sell this thing. ADR not bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower.
If he survives
straight
this, it's
onto
because
Lumiere.
there's no Vessel.
Oh my god. The tombstone, the decay, the soul rip. Adriana with a tornado. Lumiere misses
He
the
can TP
deafening
out.
blast. The loosened beam. Lumiere's going to turn and fight this. The wall's down. Vitaly snowballed upon, and finally they'll bring. No, Lumiere! Oh my god, they do get the kill, but it took so much. Theo, thankfully, was here. El Misho in from the back, snipes out KJ. Good stun, but a double kill for Adriano, so now he's got some charges up on the Invoker. And that Luna kill is so important for them.
It took them some time, but they do manage to bring her down and the Darkseid. I thought she was just gonna TP out. Like, Inkswell's on cooldown, Cold Snap's on cooldown, Tornado's on cooldown. Could have just got out of there, and that would have been hilarious, right, Gary? If she lived because the Vessel charge was stolen by an urn
Yeah.
from Death Prophet.
Hilarious for Hokori.
Very fortunate.
Depressing for SG. And while that was happening, a bit of a turn of the tides. Ghost of Bill does get a bit of farm time up at top, so Maelstrom into that Yasha.
Oh yeah, speaking of Kosobil, haven't seen him in a little bit here. I guess the Bristleback and the Luna have been fighting more than they have been farming, and that's why Kosobil doing very well for himself.
That was Luna's first death of the game. About 14, 13 minutes in. It's still such a sticking point, this mid lane, right? Analog the Bristleback. He's going to get his regen rune stolen by Theo. But they can't really push this tier 1. They're going to try with Exorcism again. They are grouping up as SG. And this is well scouted, though, by the Dire team. They've got 2 very deep wards that saw them all moving in towards mid. I don't know if they saw that smoke, though. I don't believe
I don't
they
think
saw
so.
it happen.
Nah, they did not. But there's a ward. Wait, hold on. There's a ward in the back. Maybe
think
the
the
ward
trees-
saw that smoke.
I think the
Yeah.
trees blocked it.
Okay.
El Misho's going to probably scout it out anyway. Invis Nix, dust popped on him. And the smoke breaks and the immediate action from the Tusk. Cold Snap. Spirit Vessel. 2 bonus charges.
Blasted.
Well, actually, Gardic gets blasted by the Omni Slash. Now they can go for the mid-tier 1.
Completely worth it. You know, you drop the Omni for the Undyne before he gets the Tombstone off. And that secures you the tier 1 tower. Wait, did they go Roshan with this? I mean, Tabo's going to the Ancients right now. I don't know why he popped the Exo for that.
Yeah, it could have been a cool little Roshan play. They do go hunting for the Bristleback. And Lumiere, a little bit stuck by this tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Exo's going to wear off in about 5 seconds, though, so just, yeah, farming Ancients with it. A very good Radiant Observer Ward. He's in such a nice little spot behind that mid tower. He's going to see Hokori group up. It just doesn't feel like you ever want to fight with this Luna, though. Just farm, farm, farm. Wait until 30-odd minutes into the game.
What the hero's supposed to be doing. You gotta just keep farming. The problem is SG in the last minute have been on your side of the map, and Hokori haven't been able to get this Luna somewhere where she can just really hit creeps, go camp after camp.
Look at that top jungle. Lumiere's like, oh, come on, spawn up. All those empty camps finally returning.
The hero's good if you're allowed to go camp to camp without slowing down. But in this situation, she feels a little bad. Theo, is he gonna go in with the snowball play? Nope, he sees Gardic.
I'll find the Undying. Tombstone down on the low ground.
Oh,
That's a lot of damage from a DD Tusk. They snipe out his courier as well as that high ground observer ward. They were attempting to get rid of him.
now Misho,
Oh,
he's caught
Nyx
again.
Assassin. Inkswell, it's going to touch him. Silenced up as well. They've also got Tornado EMP towards the Bristleback, so the Nyx Assassin looks like a simple kill there. Finished off by Tarvo, and they move on to the Bristleback with a tank team. They've got tons of damage. The DD from Tusk still up and running. A tempo from SG here is so fast, it doesn't feel like Hokori have any way to respond.
This is the Luna factor right now. She can't fight. She can't help her team in any way. Juggernaut has hit his timing. Then he's got that Omni Slash coming off cooldown as well. They're gonna go for the tier 2 tower with the catapult. And Darkseer, he's finished Axel. That's a big item now, Gary. So there is some potential for some smoke plays coming out from Hokori. Manta style, what is that? 500 gold? Okay, finish Manta, smoke up, go fight as 5 into SG with this Aghanim's Darkseer. And hope
Oh, they smoke under
that
a
the
ward,
tornado
man.
doesn't... Oh, did they?
Yeah, right under
that's
that
rough.
ward we were mentioning from
They
Theo
popped the
earlier on.
Exo.
They pop the smoke, the stun on Theo, but the soul bind. Silence them up with a cold snap as well. They've got some combos here onto that
Tombstone?
Garlic and dying.
It's not up.
and is not able to cast it. Now El Misho stuck here as well. Analog trying to deward the high ground. Buy back out from Gardic and dying. They want to turn this into a extended team fight. Drop the tombstone. Chase goes to BLA. They kill Theo. Sunstrike gonna scout them out. Pop out a little bit of
They
damage.
just get out. Very
Kill
smart
the
play
courier.
here to just get out. I mean, you already got the tier 2 tower. You got the Undyne to buy back. What more do you need as SG? Plus, the Exorcism is running out too. So next time this Undying dies, that's like a guaranteed Roshan for SG. Because Tombstone is pretty much the only thing that might save Hokori's team fight.
Do you like this from the Bristleback? He decided not to go the Eternal Shroud, and Lotus Orb is his option.
Yeah. I guess he just wants to be able to remove the vessel and the silence of the Death
Makes
Prophet.
sense.
Blessings upon a loyal war.
That's a nice one, though. Essence Ring for him, so even tankier now with that bonus HP. Gonna be delivered soon. And Gardic holding another smoke probably wants to try and utilize this Darkseer Aghanim Scepter with the Bristleback, who should be hitting his stride right now. Try and turn some of that pressure back onto SG.
Dire.
So you are buying space for this Lumiere Luna to keep on farming. Manta's done. 10,000 net worth being closed in on.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm really still trying to think what that game was. It was literally like a 35-minute game where Lumiere did nothing for 28 minutes.
Yep,
Came
that
out of
was
the
the Luna
jungle.
game.
Yeah, it was that game.
He was against
Sweet.
Lifestealer that game.
Because we thought there was like no chance he does anything, and then there was a couple
It's
of
like a
smokes, a couple of
Lifestealer
pickoffs,
Radiant's bottom tower.
and they will smoke up from that jungle.
I guess unknown, I believe, right?
Ah, okay. Good memory. Bristleback, front lining. That's annoying though. Tornado EMP. Bye bye mana pool. Theo's gonna get turned on a little bit. I don't want to get bogged down here. Both teams just poking a bit, prodding at each other, dusting to try and spot the Nyx, but now he Vendettas away. High ground, Obs, and Sentry. Even Lumiere was edging towards this fight as well. You know how important this Roshan can be. Darkseer surging, thinking about the move forward again.
DD.
Hokori
20-minute DD top rune.
again. Yeah, classic. Of course yeah. Right. Sure enough. And Tombstone's also dropped on the high ground. So Roshan opens up for SG. Exorcism time. Into the pit we go.
They need a huge vacuum if they want to take this fight. It has to be a big
Back into
back
Impale.
wall play here. Yeah.
Oh,
They're going on him. They're going on Misho.
Straight away with that snowball spin. Dominating Juggernaut. Back into Roshan. Now Aegis firmly in the hands of SG.
Hokori's gonna give up all the tier 2 towers now. They're just gonna play for when the Aegis runs out. Lumiere's just gonna farm and hope that once the Aegis is down, they still have enough items on the Luna to be able to battle. She's going for the BKB. Like, you use the Tombstone on the high ground, right? So the moment the Exo goes out and you go for the Roshan pit, you can no longer fight, because now you don't have a Tombstone for the fight.
It's just done. Analog at least is still tanky enough and in position to run and surge forward to try and brawl with SG, knowing that they have spread out across the map a little bit. Juggernaut shows on the bot wave, so they could get a 5v4, but SG not entertaining them. So a free push bot lane for Costabile. Like, the fact that this Jug can just, spin TP, do whatever the hell he wants at any point, and now he's got the Aghanim Shard with a Maelstrom. A pretty free Jug game. Unless he gets caught here while it's on cooldown. Spin, 2 seconds. Aegis could get claimed. Lucent Beam. Oh no, they can't do this now, can they? Healing Ward's down. Costabile has a spin. They will stun him. In comes Adriano though. And Costabile not even close to death. Silence the Nyx. Run him down under the tier 2. Easy as you like.
Yeah, they might. They have to get ready for the high ground play here. You gotta drop a wall right away onto this Juggernaut if he goes to the high ground. And just buy time.
Alacrity Jug. Oh boy. Oh, they found there's a Tombstone on the high ground. That's a decent one. They've got some vision up there, and they're trying to focus the Tombstone down. They snowball him up. The Soulbind comes. The vacuum up into the high ground with the wall. KJ drops. It's big from Hokori. Guarding does sure. The Deafening Blast going to push back the Bristleback. But they're still up at the high ground trying to deal with this wall that is slicing them to pieces with all these illusions. Bristol's going to start stacking up some nasal goos and some quill sprays, but they TP home because there's no more stuns. They're out of there. Eclipse, the Luna, the BKB from Invoker allows him to disengage in the spin TP again with nothing to cancel it. Magic Immunity is king in this game for SG.
Oh my god, the healing ward, Gary, the healing. Like, the vacuum wall combo was nice, but there was a healing ward just sitting there, healing the Death Prophet and all the heroes. The wall's illusions were not killing it. Oh no.
And Analog now trapped in the shards.
Get him out.
They exo for him. Try and get him away from there. Elmisho wanting to give his life for it. Force staffs the Bristle a little bit further away. Tarvo, he's diving for it. Elmisho gets the kill on Theo. They miss the tornado. Costabile's coming back in. They do get a carapace off, but with a quick little run forward and probably a spin here. Nyx, very
Rest in peace, Elmisho. Your 9th death of the game, buddy.
Deary me.
He's struggling so hard. Oh, Elmisho. And Nyx is a very hard hero to play, especially when you're behind.
Because the way you want to play him, he's that first point of contact. Yeah.
The high ground play. Yeah. I mean, I think the Tombstone was nice. He dropped it early because he thought he was gonna die. And here comes a big vacuum wall combo, and the healing ward comes out. Like, he spins, and then there it is. It just sits there. You can see the green light, right? It just heals everyone. They Omni Slash onto the high ground. It doesn't do anything. It just keeps hitting the illusions. They come back alive, and it was pretty much a nothing play in the end.
It looks so good, but yeah, you're right. That healing wall just mitigates everything. I didn't even notice it. It's a good spot there, Theban. That healing ward hidden between what, 3 illusions, 3 heroes up on the high ground.
I mean, Tabo should have been dead. Like, there's like a Jug illusion on all these illusions just hitting him, but the healing ward just mitigates all of the damage.
Is that potentially a sign of fights to come, though? Is that Hokori showing their strength? If there's no healing ward, then you call that a win.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if they can get another high ground cliff play with the Darkseer, then sure. But I don't think the, SG are gonna fall for that. That was like a one-timer thing, I believe.
Once per game.
There's more. It's not just the Darkseer you have to worry about playing on the cliffs, right? It's the Undying. You should never be around cliffs to begin with when there's an Undying on the enemy team.
Very true. Elmisha was trying to scout this play. I don't know if they've got an idea that the smoke is coming. They will now. Smoke pops and Theo moving up to high ground.
Another high ground play.
And punch, catching out the Darkseer. But he's got heal and sustain. They'll double silence with a soul bind, and Adriano with his BKB just punching into Vitali. They can't back, they can't wall. The Darkseer's dead. The Tombstone's on the high ground, and KJ, yeah, finished off by Gardic, but it is retreat time. Juggernaut, he doesn't have Aegis for much longer. 10 seconds Aegis. If they can chase Costabile down for a bit longer, they could kill him off. Well, Aegis is going to expire soon. Always close, but he does have that second life now. Tavo, though, found by Lumiere. And Hokori, the buybacks they needed from SG to fight this. They're chasing the Juggernaut back. KJ, he bought back and might be dying. Great shards, though, from Theo. Blocks away the Bristleback. Juggernaut closed in on by the Luna and Nyx. Loosen beam into Impale. Stun him up. The Omnislash dodges away from the dangerous stuns and disables. Buyback from Adriano. Under their own tier 2 bottom lane. Analog slain. Guarding tries to stand his ground, and Luna, what are you going to do? Run? Run and hide? Luna, Surge, can't escape from this one. The cold snap, the stuns. Manta, dodge and run away. The Stroke of Fate doesn't quite catch her. The Sunstrike comes out, and Gardic's dead. Vitali, one more punch from Adriano. Oh, Lumiere, no way. Speedy Lumiere. Elmisho did get a snipe in the back, but this Luna needs some help.
She's out.
Juggernaut gives up on it. Elmisho is an easier one. 4 staffs to high ground. Snowball comes.
Fight. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Okay, where do we
with
start?
The buybacks, though.
We start with the fight. We start with the early game. I mean, the high ground play from SG, right? They ran into the cliff again. I literally just thought they were not going to run into a cliff. They get Tombstone, and the fight's literally over right there. You have to disengage as soon as that Tombstone comes out. They don't. They stand their ground. They try to fight. Luna snipes the healing ward, and then they make this huge chase around to the Juggernaut when the 2 supports bot out. He gets the Omnislash right before the Nyx stun right here, and that kind of saves him. Then with the tag team, Omni onto the Bristleback. He gets bursted. Luna's in a lot of trouble. I thought Luna was going to die here. But they went for the Darkseer first, and they let the Luna live here, and she gets out.
Theo blinks in. Analog, he's got that Eternal Shroud, kills the healing ward, still with Lotus Orb up if he wants to try and dispel off a Vessel Charge or something. And he looks just fine. Oh, but Hokori, they brought this back to dead even now. Net worth, nothing in it. Experience, I mean, slight advantage for SG, but it's all going to be once more, what do we want? Second Roshan, right? That's what this is all about. Battle for the Roshan.
And don't forget, Luna can only get stronger. Like, this is the time where she feels strong enough to battle, right? With the BKB, the Manta. She gets a Butterfly. She can get it really quickly because she can split up her Mask of Madness. Satanic would come following that too.
And Tava's been found. Oh, immediately dispatched with, look at how quickly, all the way out of the BKB, the Turn of the Spirit Siphon.
Healing ward.
Almost brought her down immediately, but yeah, the healing ward and the Spirit Siphon heals actually allows her to disengage.
Yep, it's so annoying, all these sustain coming out from SG for Hokori. They also dropped the Tombstone, so if SG wait out 40 more seconds, they can just go right back in there, take the fight.
The wall, the Tombstone, yeah, they're both down. And Elmisha still wants to fight. They back KJ. They know he bought back, so with Luna throwing out the Eclipse, they'll lose Elmisha, but Costabile are going to spin away as Exorcism also used up. So trade for trade, cooldowns for cooldowns.
Exactly, Eclipse for the Exo. I think Hokori will be the ones who are happy with that. Eclipse isn't something that they need to be able to fight where Exo is. And this Roshan, still 1.5 minutes, you know, kind of long. Lumiere finds a DD bottom rune. He wants the bottle. Lumiere wants the bottle.
And he gets it.
Got it. Yep. Guard it.
Top outpost. Got it.
Dieback.
He dropped the Tombstone too. Free money for SG and an outpost to grab. 1 minute until Roshan.
Hokori are lacking their Disabler in the Nyx Assassin. And the big team fighter in the Undying. So they're not going to take this engagement 3 versus 4.
Costabile with a Skadi now. So tanky on the Juggernaut. And of course, we're reducing that heal out of the Luna, the Bristleback. And even the Greaves out of Darkseer. Hokori all grouped up down that bottom lane, just pushing that one wave out. They've got to contend with mid and then prep themselves for that Roshan pit. Tava and Costabile just holding high ground, standing top of the staircase, waiting for anybody to make those smoke plays towards them. This is going to be so tight.
This is so tense. I'm trying to think, like, how are they going to fight?
Who gets the edge? Everyone's going to have their cooldowns back up. Exo in 30, Eclipse in same cooldown on that one. Tombstone's ready. You got Ghost Scepter on this Undying, so he can stay alive potentially against some of that right-click damage from the Ghosts and the Juggernaut. Oh, El Misho.
Smoke up. This is it. This next vacuum wall
El
combo
Misho.
needs to... Oh, no.
It's so important he doesn't die here. 4 staffs away from the Juggernaut and the Tusk.
They can bait him.
Lumiere smoke. They're trying to bait him, yeah. Missing out on the EMP Tornado as well, so cooldowns used up by SG for no return. And Hokori now in position to try and break up into Radiant Triangle and claim that territory for their own. They're still smoked on this Darkseer even, popping an early Greaves. Roshan scouted by the Bristleback. They know it's alive now, and Lumiere's double damage rune is ready to be used. It's prime time for Hokori.
He's got a Butterfly coming
D-Ward.
out in 30 gold. Butterfly is online for Luna. That's very nice against Juggernaut. He does have the Mjolnir, which can pierce through the evasion on the procs. This is very tense. This is Roshan so much here. The Aegis, the Shard for the Luna.
If SG go for a wraparound play, they're going to miss out on this. Another Whiff Tornado EMP. Scanning the pit. They know this has got to be happening.
With the Tombstone here.
Tombstone's inside the pit. Roshan, negative armor with that Nasal Goose stacking up. Aegis going to be claimed by Lumiere, and there's no contest. Lumiere with Aegis. They spin the Juggernaut forward. Bristleback and the wall drop with a vacuum. In we go onto Turbo. DP has to BKB and self-fuels, but she's going to die as soon as she hits the ground. Oh, she's so speedy. No one focused her. They didn't get the hits from the Luna. Lumiere's BKB is about to wear off. Oh, man. They still get the Aegis, though, and Hokori running rampant down the mid lane.
Holy
Pause
shit.
to plan.
They got the Shard. I don't know. I think SG, they are suffering big time right now. Like, they half-assed the fight by popping the Exo, and they pretended like they wanted to go in, but in reality, once Hokori got that positioning on you, you can't go in anymore. You can't kill the Tombstone easily. You're playing into a wall vacuum. Like, you got to give that Roshan up at that point. And or at least wrap around and try to get a support kill so you can kill the Luna after she takes the Roshan. But they try to do everything at once and completely failed. Oh, Hokori.
Both teams taking a tactical pause right now.
Are they? Is that what's going on? Okay.
I don't know. We don't know the reason, but it looks like Analog's ready to go. KJ wants a second. Maybe someone's gone to the bathroom or something. Oh, one death on this Luna.
She's got the Shard too. Yeah, I mean, she got the death at like 14 minutes into the game, right? My theory is one death after 18 minutes into the game is like,
it's over.
If that happens, then things start to crumble for Luna. But she's doing good in this game. Like, she's avoiding the bad fights. I mean, Lumiere, like, he was the one who was who played very well with the Luna in the previous games too. So,
it feels like he's got a real great grasp and understanding of the timings that she can hit.
Mm-hmm.
And also seeing Adriana going for a refresher orb without Aghanim Scepter. I can't say I've seen this before.
Double Tornado? I don't know. Double Tornado? Playing for the level 25 Deafening Blast? Or maybe he thought they were going to get Roshan and have a cheese on it or something on the third one. I have no idea, to be honest, Gary. I can't say I've seen this either. Must be the double tornadoes to like remove the ion shells or something.
Yeah, maybe. That's a bit odd,
Blast?
that one. Double deafening. I mean, just name all the spells, honestly, at this point. Double BKB, double cold snap. Hell yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
he wrote
maybe
Mi Luna fue Sagar Wabon. Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm going to go on that tier 2 mid lane. Me neither.
Radiant's middle
Do they want to go high ground, though, Theban? Or are they just going to try and use this Aegis for all the tier 2s?
You gotta take the top lane. You gotta take the tier 2 top lane, you know, or even the tier 2 bottom. Actually, that's still alive. Just noticed that. 32 minutes into the game, that's Hokori's first tier 2 tower. So you can see like how hard they've been struggling to like get out on this map. And now with this Aegis, they're gonna just blow it wide open. And El Misho, he's got so much more freedom to be able to catch heroes.
They could have dusted him. Like that Iron Shell was actually tickling Theo Liquor, and El Misho's hunting for a TP cancel here, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't think Theo noticed that. His HP is getting lower. It's very hard to notice, like, unless you're specifically looking for it.
I'm just watching this little animation zapping away at the Tusk. There's a sentry, yeah. He gets the stun. Mana burns him. He can force staff away. It looks like, yeah. Theo and Costabile not really wanting to get involved with it too much. Does Hokori have a way to break spin TP yet? Or will they ever have one? Like Abyssal Blade on the Bristleback? I guess not. So Juggernaut's always going to be able to get away.
I have a feeling Costabile isn't going to be like split pushing that hard in the way that he's been playing so far in this game. Maybe in the next 3 minutes he might, just because they're trying to avoid the Luna Aegis. But it doesn't really look like it. They have the X up in 15 and they're willing to fight even into the Luna Aegis.
Oh, nice attempt.
I'm scared for SG, man. They gotta get the kill onto the Undying first. Oh, they used to
That's an illusion.
Yeah. They're gonna get out now. They get the healing ward too. So good.
And an illusion rune for Luna. Here we go.
So much farm potential. Yeah. Just send one illusion to the midwave. That's good enough to kill like 2 waves easily.
Yeah, it's going to get it all the way to that Radiant base. And Darkseer prepping that top tower for them as well. And this is such an ideal place to be fighting as Hokori. That high ground spot, so good, like you've been mentioning, for the Tombstone of Undying. So if they're able to draw and suck SG out of their base and play into the triangle, use that terrain to your advantage, get the high ground going. But it looks like for now they are going to press forwards. EMP does connect. Lumiere attempted a Manta dodge.
They can't lose the tier 3 tower. They cannot afford to lose the tier 3 tower on SG.
Bristleback a little bit stuck up here, but 4 staffed out of there. Pops his Eternal Shroud, slams the Halberd and Lotus Orb to play around with, as well as that cheese. Turns his back to them. Man, these glaives from Luna, though, just continually bouncing around.
You know what's really cool? If you get a vacuum and then you get a Lucent Beam, then you get the glaives off the Lucent Beam, and they're just gonna like bounce in between the targets that got vacuumed, right?
Yep.
So they're gonna take like crazy amount of damage instantaneously.
And Luna even sent her illusion down bottom, so they push mid and bot with those illusion rune illusions. It's a lot of,
she got a bunch of gold. She's got a Satanic now too. It's complete.
Out of nowhere. Wow. Pike happens queued up next.
When you split your Mask of Madness. Got 50 seconds on this Aegis. Yeah, it's time to go.
Man to get out of the Spirit Vessel. Glyph forced out very early on from SG before the creep wave even connects, and they glyph their creep wave with catapults, so they'll keep that alive very nicely. Juggernaut onto the Bristleback, who was trapped in a nice little shards there, and an ice wall going to slow them down a touch. Silence out with a soul bind. They do take the Tombstone down with the vacuum back in. The damage, it's not coming from Hokori fast enough. The Omnislash bounces into them. Garnic taken down by Tarvo. The DP with the Exorcism slices through the backlines, and Lumiere is about to lose that Aegis. It was going to be reclaimed soon anyway. Analog pops his cheese. Incredibly tanky, disarms the Juggernaut.
Finally got it.
Taking it down, and that wall still in place means they can continue fighting here. Jug with the BKBs chasing that Darkseer. A few slices should finish off Vitali. With the spin, he gets the job done. DP also buys back, but they lost the tier 3. Bristleback's still there around the Radiant base. What can you do? Can you TP out of this one? They've got some Lunar Illusions. Tornado clips him. Nyx Assassin coming back in. The Sunstrike lands onto Analog. The Bristleback, surrounded by Radiant heroes. Yulesed up, Eternal Shroud. It's not going to be there any longer. Bristleback hands over 466 gold to SG as they do defend their barracks.
Yeah, they do. And Costabile, he was able to dish out so much damage in there. He's going for the correct targets in these engagements as well. Like the Luna, you know, she was able to stand her ground and take the tier 3, but she just keeps getting stun locked up by this Invoker. And when her BKB is up, everyone just kind of kites away from her. Hokori, they need to be so much better with this tombstone. They can't drop it right in front of the tier 3 tower. Like that slow from the tombstone and the vision that it provides with the zombies is how they're able to win fights. I would say that tombstone is more important than the wall vacuum combo itself.
Yeah, it feels that way.
It would be nice if they can get this Gardic to level 20 so they get that tombstone on death as well. So they got double tombstone potential in these fights.
5 levels away though. We'll take a little bit. Spam him some tomes.
Yeah. I would say
SG's
SG
turn.
has... Yeah, they've stabilized the game now, right? With the Aegis going down. There's no advantage for Hokori anymore.
Nyx Assassin going to try and scout out maybe any couriers or the backlines here. Theo's invis though. El Misho not going to see anybody, but he does clear a path for Luna to move down bottom to farm potentially.
You ready, Gary, for this Invoker with the Refresher plays? I mean, he might have just bought Refresher for the double BKBs, to be honest, against this Nyx Assassin. So you
Getting
can
mana burned. Not fun.
Spy Carapace, yeah.
Well, Jug spins out the mid wave. Manta Illusion's done. SG again playing from this high ground.
Smoke up. Hokori smoking here,
Smoke from
Gary.
Hokori. Here we go. Oh, and El Misho, he's that front runner. He's scouting, he's looking. Nobody in triangle. Nobody's here. Wait, where
This
could
is
they
not
be?
a good smoke. They should just go straight to bottom. They have a wave there. You can force SG out of that top fortress that they built by just going bottom, making people TP. Then once Roshan's up, you can just go and take Roshan topside. And
now
it looks
SG
like SG... Yeah, they're
Go
doing
mid?
it. They're doing that play. Hokori are getting
Straight
out
up to
to
high
on
ground.
the map.
Alacrity Juggernaut, Solar Crest on him. There's the Yules, dispel a bunch of that off. Stun not going to land because of the spin. Analog TPs right in front of them.
They're gonna
And
have to go
SG
back though.
back up the
There's a double-
staircase.
There's catapults bottom, taking their tier 3 right now. Someone on SG has to go down there.
And it's a long roast spawn as well. 2.5 minutes. Right, SG smoke. So they're ignoring bottom lane and they're going back in towards mid. There's no creep wave in the mid lane, but there is one up at top. Oh, Darkseer, he thinks he's so safe, but the blink punch, meteor dropped, in we go, and Vitali done. Buyback is ready for the Darkseer. Hokori, though, they've got to snap into action quickly because that level 3 exorcism pummeling their buildings. Luna can't really
Healing
defend
ward.
on her own. They're going to lose her Lena Barracks. Healing ward in the back, can't be focused down by anyone. And they're trying to get in with El Misho. They do get a catch onto Theo. Tusk gone, the soul bind, the double silence with the Phantom's Embrace, with the tombstone dropped in an awkward place. Invoker invis and run away. Costabile, spin, TP, nothing to stop it.
Roshan still
SG.
140 left. They can't really punish this Tusk death timer right now by taking Aegis.
And they lose that melee barracks as well. Oh. Such an even game. And Adriana now, Minotaur Horn. Dub, we've got
Wow.
many BKBs now.
Yep. 8 seconds times 2, 16 seconds total.
They're trying their hardest to stop Bristleback pushing in. Look at how quickly Juggernaut attacks. Titan Sliver on top of that S&Y. Plenty of
He's
status
solid at
resistance for
this
him.
point. So much
And
status
what-
resistance. They
What's
can't
next,
burst
like
him
buying
anymore.
Ag's Blessing.
Yep. Swift Slash would be nice. I mean, he's waiting for that off the Roshan. He wants it for free.
Yeah. And hold
Oh,
for
on
buyback,
top of
remember,
that, they have spider legs on the Death Prophet. So if you get it for free, then you can sell the phase boots, take the spider legs, and get another big item on this Juggernaut.
You sure can, yeah.
Abyssal Blade, maybe.
El Misho still trying his hardest. He's always in this Vendetta form. He's always trying to scout out this SG side. And then you've got Theo, who's like popping smokes, you know, this ninja gear, to try and scout out where the Nyx is scouting. The recon man up against that radar of SG.
They found Rosh. Radiant, no. SG, no. The Roshan is alive. If they let Hokori go into that pit again, like last time, and Luna starts hitting that Aegis, it's going to be bad because, again, Tombstone plus Vacuum Wall combo gonna come out. inside the pit. Juggernaut illusion does a lot of damage.
That's why Adriano's sitting exactly where he is, right? Observer on the high ground. He is right next to that Roche pit.
Radiant's middle
And they
They're gonna
smoke
smoke.
out looking, hunting for kills. And buyback-wise,
Analog
how are we looking?
breaks it. Analog brought the smoke.
Very
They know.
nice. So Luna, Bristle, Nyx, Grim, and soon Tusk will have buybacks. Undying does not for about 200 gold, and he's probably one of the more important ones. But hey, Theban, they've let them walk
happening
into
again.
the pit. Lumiere is there. Half HP Roche already taking him down.
Oh, he's
Scouted
getting
by the
out.
Forge Spirit, though. And top lane,
Misho
they're going to
top.
counter an Elmisho.
He's gonna
Force staff away.
survive long enough for them to take Roshan. This is
Oh man. Oh man, this is El Misho in a nutshell.
They've done
Who
good.
cares about his 12 deaths or 11 deaths? He makes sure that they're all dragged up towards top. So
Yup,
what's that?
Aegis.
Aegis cheese?
refresher shard. Yo, give that refresher to the Darkseer. Come on, let's see those double walls. Yep, there it is. I mean,
he's
doesn't
got
have mana for it right now, but that's gonna be real nice. And El Misho still
believe
doing
they
El
let him do
Misho
that.
things.
Look at him go, blinking, forcing, drifting all across the map. He really
he
has
cancelled
been the
Talbot's
thorn
TP.
in their side. Oh, do you reckon so? He doesn't have one anymore. And they are getting ready to push
Space.
into that bottom lane. TP back to outpost top. El Misho.
You got the Yules
Get
on
out of
him.
my jungle, Theo. Yules into stun. Yeah, he's got Snowball Blink, though, so it's always going to be a chance here. Theo just gets away from the Nyx Assassin. But it still means that SG can't group up as 5 and, make the smoke play or anything like that. It's delaying and delaying any kind of rebuttal that SG would have.
Oh, close. Didn't launch it fast enough.
Nearly had him. So
Yeah,
now at
and
this point,
Hokori-
Juggernaut, 4,000 gold saved up. Does he just buy the Aghanim's then?
I think he just buys a big item and sells the phase boots. He's got spider legs.
Like you
Yeah,
said.
just take the What's the big item though he can buy? I do think it's gonna be Basher. Some extra lockdown. Oh, Nullifier. Okay, that's good for the Surge. You can purge that off.
Yeah, Undying's Ghost Scepter too. Undying level 18 now. 2 away from that 20 talent.
It's got a gem too. Deward everything. Let's go check this high ground here.
El Misho sees everything. Has a gem. Catches the Invoker.
Actually, you didn't see that.
Silence out onto the Bristle back, and Theo snowballs the Nyx Assassin. Bristle, he's been soulbound to nothing, and they got a tombstone dropped as well. As Adriano, he puts the meter and definitely blasts towards Gardic, but the Undying just stands his ground and fights. Tarvo forces the El Misho to buy back. Juggernaut inside the wall has to BKB and run away. SG, they have to turn and fight. They're trying to battle with its Lumiere Luna, but back into the wall. The Greaves to heal. Gardic has to buy back now. So 2 support kills and 2 buybacks as SG have spent a lot of their spells.
Come on,
Theo
Theo.
snowballs. They're going to get the Tusk. But now there's no Exo. There's no refresher on the Invoker.
Are fortified.
And potentially a chance here for Hokori with these buybacks to make the big play.
They got 2 buybacks. They got the 2 supports and the buyback, and all they really traded was a Tusk for it in terms of kills. So SG, they should be very happy about what just happened. They could easily defend this high ground, just constantly throw out tornadoes and ice wall and whatnot. But I would like to see Lumiere just manning up. Go for that Rax. You know your glaives are going to be bouncing through. Just don't feel intimidated by this Invoker spells.
Use your Aegis.
Get in there. You
Use
got a
your
leveler
Aegis.
too. Oh my goodness.
Oh, say goodbye to your buildings. There's the EMP onto the Bristleback. Loses
Crazy
half his
ice
mana
wall.
pool. Juggernaut with the Alacrity spinning in. Getting a few of those procs out. The MKB and the Mjolnir.
Here we go.
Lumiere.
Check the
It's
damage.
glaive bouncing time, baby. Tusk has to buy back. And they are retreating there. Oh, hang on. Back up again. Yeah. Yeah, hello. Hurricane Pike. Juggernaut loses all his mana to that mana burn. Has to spin. Face off against Analog's Bristle. Ice Shard's going to try and block the retreat, but Tombstone now drop means it's not a fight that they'll want to take as SG. So top laner Barracks, hey, yeah, just destroyed by Lumiere with that leveler.
Oh man, that's the problem. They found the solution to the Juggernaut. Just mana burn him. Mana burn him. He doesn't have enough for Omni Slash. He can't stand and fight anymore. Like, just look at him. He's got 4.7 mana regen. His Omni costs 350. He still needs mana to use Blade Fury as well. So this is really rough now. So every time Juggernaut walks into the front, I think he's just going to get hit with the mana burn. El Micho, he doesn't have to do anything else in the fights anymore.
So how much mana is he burning, this Nyx Assassin? Five times the Jug's in, right? So it's like 500?
Yes. A little bit less than 500.
So basically, 25, a quarter of his mana pool is gone.
Yep. It's like 470 mana, I believe, he's burning right now.
That's nasty. And he's going to try and finish off that Nullifier.
All he has to do is mana burn him 3 times on a 4-second cooldown. So 12 seconds. Let the fight develop. 12 seconds.
This is big. Remember the buybacks.
He's got a blink.
Can't let anybody die here. Nyx Assassin, he can't get away. He already spent all of his spells. A Soulbind onto Gardic as well, but they've lost Theo in the back. Bristleback in onto Costabile. Gardic's going to go step and run away. And Lumiere, he's actually joined in. But look at Analog die. Sliced by this beyond godlike Juggernaut. Damage out of nowhere. Gardic gets the meatball dropped on him. The little Yules there out of the Stormcrafter. Not going to help him. 2 heroes down for a minute and a half. SG. Oh, they're ready to go high ground themselves now.
They are. Aegis is out as well. Bristleback, he's the only one with the buyback. He's got an Abyssal Blade. This mid-rax is looking pretty dead. I'm not entirely sure how he's supposed to team fight. Oh, you do have the refresher on the Darkseer, though. That could be it.
That's the
And
play.
Luna,
That's the turnaround.
She popped the refresher shard, so she has Eclipse up again.
So she did. Maybe.
They got the healing ward with the illusions.
This is big for them, and they whiff on the EMP Tornado, so they jump in with a back wall. Juggernaut gets a spin off. The Abyssal Blade stuns him. Costabile, he's going to run and sprint away, but they already took the barracks. There's Soulbind, Lotus Orb, bouncing spells back the Glaives, killing Tarvo off almost entirely in the Eclipse. He's destroying them. Tarvo down. The Aghanim's Luna sprinting forward now. Get any bonus kills you can. As Costabile, down you go. 10x kill streak, 1,000 gold into the hands of Lumiere.
Oh my god, the mini stuns. Didn't he have a BKB?
The Jug.
What?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I thought he was just gonna BKB and walk away, but I guess the mini stuns just locked him in place.
He's gonna have to buy back now. Luna on your high ground yet again. Juggernaut, 70 seconds on the sidelines. Tarvo has board back. Dodging the tornado as the Luna. Focusing tier 3. You're going to have to Manta to get out of the Cold Snap and the Spirit Vessel now. The TP from Costabile. Trying Hurricane Pike back. A Soulbind with a Snowball. Get on top of the Luna. Lumiere in some trouble now. They need to save her, but it's impossible.
BKB, no?
Vitali going to try TP home, but not successful. Aeon Disc also popped. So Luna has buyback. Darkseer does as well. They lost a tier 3. They force out, what, Jug and DP buybacks, but it's, I don't know, just trading buyback at all. The snipe on the courier. El Micho gets the relic, so there's no nullifier now on Jug.
Oh, that's a big one. That is a big one, because he really wanted to buy these items out at the moment, especially without him having the buyback. If Hokori buy back here, they got the wall up in 10 seconds. They won't have the refresher, but it's going to be enough. They just need to get a kill on this Juggernaut. But if they tunnel vision the Juggernaut, he's got a healing ward out, they will lose the fight.
Here come the buybacks, man. This whole day has just been a buyback fiesta, honestly. Everybody just trading buyback for buyback, returning to the fight, trying to drag that top wave in towards mid for Juggernaut to clear out. 2 sets of barracks now, as SG claim the mid lane and swing down to bottom. Darkseer, he can come into this. He's got Vacuum Wall. No refresher orb just yet as the Soulbind. Send the Sanses forward. Gardic has to go Scepter himself, but they've still got the Tombstone and the Flesh Golem. Lumiere's got a front line. They back into the wall. The Juggernaut and that Invoker caught in, but Talvo, Exorcism goes, start flying. Tombstone is dropped. Defensively, but Invoker's stunned up. They chain disabled him. KJ nearly dead as well. The Yule's on the Nyx Assassin, still trying to chase forward and on to this. Juggernaut, Costabile nearly dead. The Juggernaut needs to get out of here. There is no way SG can lose this hero. He does manage to slip away. No. The Eclipse, Omni Slash, backing onto the creeps. Ghost Scepter from the Undying, though, buys the time they need to turn and slay the Juggernaut. Dead for 2 minutes. Hokori have a chance. The window's open.
He omnied the creeps so he can stay alive against the Eclipse, and maybe he'll bounce onto the heroes. Oh man, but he went onto the Undying, he ghosted. Can they do this? Can they actually hold? Death Prophet doesn't have refresher. She needs mana for a refresher. They need that Exo to be able to do anything. Look at Theo just hitting the bottom racks. He's like, guys, you want to come after me?
I'm trying everything I can.
Dude, they have a
Oh,
refresher
man.
on the Luna too. She just bought it. She's holding it so she can pop her first BKB refresh, have that second Eclipse up.
Yeah. Good shout. And they're going to go tier 4s.
Yeah,
They know
go
there's
for it.
80
Go
seconds
for it.
with no Juggernaut. Tombstone out from
down.
Garnic. They've silenced them up. But DP, these glaives are bouncing onto you. Needs to play forward here and try and get the Shivers Guard out as well. They glyph up the towers, so back we go towards the barracks instead. And that first BKB from
gonna go
Luna
right back
spent
to
with
it,
the
though.
refresher orb you said. Eclipse is ready. Definitely blasting that radial form. AoE, spam them out. Inkswell in from Theolacore with a soulbind in, but the vacuum wall. Here we go. In with the Eclipse, and Luna just shreds through KJ. Poor Theo as well. His BKB is going to wear off, and the right-click damage in from the
ADR
Bristleback
starting to
takes him
bounce
down. Adriano
Glaze.
tries with a refresher plays, but it's nowhere
the
near
Glaze.
enough. That's game over.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
They got the
DP
Luna.
claims the Luna's
Hold
life.
on.
The
Hold
Luna,
on.
the Darkseer, the Undying
still
have died
alive.
to Tavo. Analog will claim the life here at the Death Prophet. Grimstroke respawns and buys back. The throne is still standing technically. I think Analog should be able to finish the job as El Misho has returned to the Radiant base. Bristleback and Nyx Assassin will take down that one building that matters most, and
Oh,
GG
wow.
called.
No way. What a game.
Luna
It
did
got a
it.
little scary there at the end. I'm like, wait, is the Juggernaut almost alive? Can he go and get this Bristleback kill and save the day? Wow, what a game. What an epic game.
What a series,
I
and what a
mean-
day.
Yeah, it really has been. I mean, that's 8 games, and every single game has been so close, essentially. I mean, we're going to leave it to the panel to break down most of what may have happened and what could have happened in this game, but I would like everyone to know I did